We executed the search warrant yesterday at the residence, and a number of, I'm sorry, Saturday, it's all blending together now. The units that were involved in that were our tactical team, our CERT team, as well as Sergeant Dufresne was there with the explosives disposal unit and other investigators. And the neighbors, he lives in a unit with roommates, and they were all very cooperative. His family's been very cooperative throughout the investigation. We didn't find a note or anything like there was no manifesto of any kind. There was evidence that proved that he had purchased the components necessary to build the devices that were used at the scene. There's quite a bit of evidence that he went to great pains to make sure that he purchased the components for the devices at multiple different locations to prevent any of the individual locations from realizing what was about to occur. So there was some intent behind that. Yeah.
Where do you guys go from here now, knowing what you guys know, finding all of these explosives? Like, what happens now? Is this case just closed essentially? Because
Still an open investigation. We are pretty far along in the investigation. I think we're far enough along in it to make some definitive statements about the fact that this, I think that anybody who hears all these details will recognize that this was a lone actor. We still have to prove that that's the case, but I think we're there. We also have to make sure that there was no intent to do any domestic terrorism related stuff. And I think that we're there on, in the journey of trying to demonstrate that this was what it clearly is, which is that he was fixated on his former employer, and in an act of suicide, he intended to destroy that building. There doesn't appear to be any intent to have done anything further than that.